They say history is written by the victors, but destiny was written by a man who rose from the dust to reach the stars. Good morning, Excellencies, faculty, and the heartbeat of this very event, the students. Today, the air in Visakhapatnam carries a different weight. As the waves of the Bay of Bengal kiss our shores, we gather at the Centenary gates of Andhra University to honor a man who was an ocean himself, a philosopher, a liberator, and the master architect of the world's largest democracy. As we begin the garlanding of the bust, may we now invite the distinguished guests, the Excellencies, to please join us onto the dais.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Babasaheb was a prism, depending on how the light of history hits him. You see a legal titan, a fierce economist, or a poetic social reformer. To capture the essence of this multifaceted personality, we invite the student voices of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Chair. Now, even before we move on to the video display of how the student voices were celebrated then and now, Ambedkar Chair of Andhra University has always been an institution that celebrated the concept of democracy at its heart, where students were at the heart of its democracy. It has always run on a motto called of the students, for the students, and especially by the students. And that is why we remember today the 132nd birth anniversary celebration of our Babasaheb. Now you will have a video display, a glimpse of what happened that day. There were students. Can you guess how many students from different departments have come to Ambedkar Chair? Can you guess the number, guys? It was 28 students from different departments and fields who have spoke and owned Ambedkar for their own field. Because Ambedkar does not just belong to one section of society or one field such as law, but he belongs to every field, and that is what you can see here. It was a large gathering and it was run by the students themselves. There were high-profile judges.
Ambedkar is the Alpha and the Omega.
He described Constitution as the supreme law.
He is well known for his contributions to legal humanity, scholar, journalist, educationist, social reformer, but above all, a well-known economist.
The main motto of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is that the marginalized communities also need to be educated through science as well.
Dr. Ambedkar ji was a multidisciplinary person.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the modern architecture of water navigational policy.
Ambedkar is a staunch anti-oppression advocate for Dalits.
He advocated for the rights of farmers.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar recognized the importance of research.
The vision and blueprint for electrifying the country was formulated by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Garu.
Ambedkar's legacy as a journalist continues to inspire generations of writers.
Political power is the master key to change the society.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji strived tirelessly for equality. Under the Indian Constitution, education is now a fundamental right.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was strong advocate for public health, healthcare system.
He told that agriculture is also representing an industry.
Agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy.
He is one of the pioneers in enacting and developing the labor law.
Justice is another name of liberty, equality and fraternity.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar made technological amendments.
Ambedkar's environmental perspectives are central to Dalits' ecological vision
In the industry by making efficient labor laws to benefit the engineers.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has an indirect relation to the field of pharmacy through agriculture.
Ambedkar's goal of turning India into an urban industrial society.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar believed that communication systems should be used to promote equality, democracy and social justice.
He fought for the rights of downtrodden.
He had made a tremendous contribution to uplift the status of women in the society.
These were the glimpses from the 132nd birth anniversary celebrations of Dr. Babasaheb, then followed by the 133rd birth celebrations. You can always expect something new from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Chair, Andhra University. And we stood out, we've reformed and understood Ambedkar in a whole new way, because we understood Ambedkar from place. Art was included this time, and you can see the glimpses now. That's how different departments have showed Ambedkar's ideology and how he contributed.
నా దాహం మీకు తెలియకపోవచ్చు, కానీ నా బిడ్డ ఆకలి నాకు తెలుస్తుంది.
These were the 132nd and 133rd memories of Dr. Babasaheb's birth anniversary celebrations at the chair. And also the 134th, it was a capacity building program. We weren't very fortunate to be a part of that, but overall, Ambedkar Chair has been a very new initiative as such. It has made students a very vital part of realizing what Ambedkar has contributed to the society. And after James sir have taken over, we have brought many new things to realize Ambedkar in a new way. And Nasha Mukt Bharat was another program that Ambedkar chair has conducted. This is to show that we do not just work for upliftment of certain sections of the society, but we also work for the entire society by raising social awareness against evils. And Nasha Mukt Bharat started off as an awareness walk to protect students, because we as a chair consider students as a heart of change. And then we led a walk followed by a play in the basketball ground in the South Campus. You all can see the glimpses of how...
Pledge that I will do everything possible.
Almost 2,000 students from various rural areas were brought to the pledge.
To make my country drug-free. I pledge that I will do everything possible to the best of my ability to make my country drug-free. To make my state, Andhra Pradesh, drug-free. To make my district, Visakhapatnam, drug-free. Jai Hind.
We did not just stick to the comfort zone of our cities or our university chair. We have gone inside our villages, the heart of democracy, and have shown the change, what change we can bring from the chair's contributions. This was the play that we law students have done the play in the basketball ground. We do not just fight against enemies that are visible, we fight against enemies that are invisible too. Drugs have been a blood-sucking menace for youngsters like us, and we have fought against an invisible enemy in a very Ambedkar way. And we now move on to the next segment.
But there is more to celebrate. This isn't just a local tribute. In this historic centenary year of Andhra University, our Dr. B.R. Ambedkar chair has ascended to a position of national pride.
There is a unique rhythm to justice. Today, we do not just speak, we sing. We are set to launch the video song titled Voice of the Constitution, the Ambedkar Call.
Thank you very much, Harshita. In fact, it's a great joy to see you all, so many hundreds of people. I owe a lot to each one of you. I would promise you that you would not regret for attending this program, because we have such an eminent personalities with us. You know, after listening to their wisdom, you would testify, and you'll feel pity on the people who could not come on my invitation. Every year, I think of some innovative way to reach this contemporary G generation students, because we celebrated Ambedkar enough in a traditional ways, but the ideology of the Ambedkar must be penetrated into the hearts and minds of this generation. The philosophy of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar must be inculcated in the minds of this generation, because we are in the digital age. And fortunately, the thrust area of our chair is Digital India, Human Advancement, Interdisciplinary Thoughts, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So you have seen 4 celebrations. This is the 4th celebration after the chair is taken up these initiatives after I took the charge as the chair professor. I'm so happy that my predecessor, the director, Professor Sobasri Madam, former Executive Council member, Professor of Social Science, Social Studies, and she's a great encouragement to me. Thank you so much, Madam. Now I request, because Balamohan Das sir, as I earlier informed, he has a pre-assigned responsibility that he has to leave early. The other two dignitaries will be there, but we will close on time. I told everyone whom I invited that this program will be closed by 11 o'clock, because I asked every one of you to come by 9 o'clock, but most of you have come by 9:30, so we take that 9:30, half an hour extra as a grace. But we will send you with very good snacks to eat and memories to cherish and moments to cherish. Okay? Thank you so much. You are very, very brilliant students. I like your enthusiasm. I like your energy. This is your day. Now I request all the dignitaries to go to in front of the podium and launch the song. Sir, this song is about Ambedkar. In a new way we designed, because we are the technical people. We try to present Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to this society through this song. I request sirs to launch that song, please. Please excuse me because I'm asking you to come down. Students, get ready for the song. Such a wonderful song. And sir, please come, sir, please. I request Balamohan Das sir, Satyanarayana sir, and also Singaiah sir to launch this. On behalf of all the three, I request Balamohan Das sir to switch on, because sir will be the main speaker of the day. Yes, please. Are you ready? Yes. Here we go. Madam, please, sir, please join. Please join. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
జెండా రెపరెపలాడే వేళ స్వేచ్ఛ స్వప్నం పలికే ఈ నేల న్యాయం నడిచే మార్గం మనది సోదర భావమే దేశ గుండె తడి అంబేద్కర్ మార్గం అంబేద్కర్ సిద్ధాంతం భారత భవిత శక్తి మంత్రం మాటలెన్నో మతాలెన్నో రంగులెన్నో ఈ దేశంలో ఒక్క హృదయం ఒక్క విలువ సమానత్వం సందేశంలో భాష మారినా భవనం మారినా హక్కు ఒక్కటే అందరిది మనిషి విలువే పరమ ధర్మం ఇదే అంబేద్కరి బోధది అంబేద్కర్ మార్గం అంబేద్కర్ సిద్ధాంతం భారత భవిత శక్తి మంత్రం
Take a decision in common and march in a cooperative way on that road which is bound to lead us to unity.
గర్భగుడి నుంచి గగనతలం వరకు ఆమె అడుగుల శబ్దం మణచివేతను చీల్చుకుంటూ లేచే ఆమె స్వరం సత్యం చదువు ఉద్యోగం నాయకత్వం ఆమె చేతిలో దీపం ఆమె ఎగసితే దేశం ఎగసే ఇదే నూతన శిల్పం స్వేచ్ఛ స్వేచ్ఛ మన శ్వాసలో శ్వాస సమానత్వం సమానత్వం మన హక్కుల భాష సోదర భావం సోదర భావం దేశ గుండె శబ్దం అంబేద్కర్ మార్గం అంబేద్కర్ సిద్ధాంతం భారత భవిత శక్తిమంతం అడుగడుగున అడ్డంకులు చీకటి బాటలు ఎదురైనా అవకాశాల తలుపులు తెరచే చట్టం మనతో నిలిచిన చివరి వరుస నుంచే మొదలు విజయగాథలు రాయాలి సమాన అవకాశం ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి భవితవ్యం మలచాలి స్వేచ్ఛ సమానత్వం సోదర భావం మన త్రివేణి శక్తి అంబేద్కర్ చూపిన మార్గమే భారత గణతంత్ర భక్తి శిక్షేళ్ల గౌరవంతో ముందుకు సాగుదాం సంవిధానం మన ఆయుధం భవిష్యత్తు నిర్మిద్దాం
This song right here that you have seen is produced right here at our chair. It is a melody of our collective conscience. It says the Ambedkar's call is not just equality, it is equity which reaches every last individual in the villages, in the process of learning and everything possible. What makes it possible is the feeling of brotherhood and fraternity in its real sense. We also take a moment to talk about, it is a moment of immense gravity. Our chair has been recognized as a national nodal center for all Ambedkar chairs across India. We are now a heartbeat of a national network, and where the pulse begins is here at Andhra University at our Ambedkar chair. May we now invite over Professor Balamohan Das Garu. May we now invite Balamohan Das Garu to please address the gathering.
Students, this is the time you need to maintain absolute silence. Thank you very much. Because this is the wisdom we need to learn. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time.
Good morning to all my young and old friends. My name is Balamohan Das. My age is 18 years. You got surprised. In Telugu Sampradayam, we count age afresh after 60. So my real age is 78. I was born on 15th August 1947, Independence Day of this country. That is why my name is Mohan Das, Mahatma Gandhi's name. Thank you, James Stephen, for inviting to be with my very good friends. I always call Professor Satyanarayana as the AU Ambedkar. And now Stephens has joined to be called again Ambedkar. So I call Ambedkar Stephen as the junior Ambedkar, Satyanarayana as the senior Ambedkar. And another guest sitting along with us from Assam, heading a university, state university, Singaiah. Is he from Assam? He is an Andhra University Ambedkarite student. He has done his PG course at Andhra University, worked in different parts of the country, now heading a university. I am very proud to say Singaiah was my direct student at Andhra University. So I am here with friends, young student minds, Harshita, Sophia, I think inviting us, introducing the subject as such. And my sister Sobhasri also sitting here to see how the Ambedkar Chair of Andhra University is advancing over a period of time since 2016 to today. Very happy to be here. I was a teacher at Andhra University for 37 long years, drawing salary, but now I draw pension. Nice to be here in college campus. I understand that James told us there was confusion between the AU Ambedkar Assembly Hall at Arts College and this engineering college. But that is why it is called AU Ambedkar Hall there. It is called Gowtham Buddha Ambedkar Hall at Engineering College. Generally, I don't come without preparation, and it was just day before yesterday, James telephoned me that you have to be here, but I am slated to be at a particular time for a fixed program. So I said I can be here until 10:30. So I will leave at 10:30, and I can speak for 1.5 hours with the material that I collected on this, but I request James to remind me at 10:25, sir, your time is up, so you have to conclude. Ambedkar Chair started in 2016 here. Much before that, we had Ambedkar statue. We named our law college Ambedkar Law College. And all of us who used to celebrate Ambedkar birthday every year on 14th April, dedicate the activities in his name by faculty, students, and supporting staff. I had the privilege of unveiling Ambedkar statue, 9 feet Ambedkar statue at Acharya Nagarjuna University when I was the Vice-Chancellor in 2005-08. The statues you may see anytime going to Acharya Nagarjuna University. There would be statues of Mahatma Gandhi, Ambedkar, Jagajeevan Ram, and Jyotirao Phule of the same height, with the same height. They are the people who have done so much to this country, with lots of things have been advocated by James in his song as such. We are very happy that today Andhra University Ambedkar Chair stands as a nodal center, national nodal center, and a lot of things are to go with the best cooperation of all the faculty and the students to Stephen. That is what he is required definitely to give strength to him. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, ప్రముఖ భారతీయ న్యాయవాది, ప్రఖ్యాత ఆర్థిక శాస్త్రవేత్త, మచ్చలేని రాజకీయవేత్త, సంఘ సంస్కర్త, స్వతంత్ర భారతదేశ మొట్టమొదటి న్యాయశాఖ మంత్రి. జవహర్లాల్ నెహ్రూ గారికి అంబేద్కర్ గారికి పడదట, చాలా తేడాలు ఉన్నాయంట అని మనం చెప్పుకుంటాం. కానీ ఆయన ఎప్పుడూ చెప్పలేదు, నెహ్రూ గారు ఎప్పుడు చెప్పలేదు, అంబేద్కర్ ఎప్పుడు చెప్పలేదు. ఆయన ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ అయితే ఈయన న్యాయశాఖ మంత్రిగా ఈ దేశాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళి స్త్రీలందరికీ ఓట్లు, మనుషులందరికీ ఓట్లు, కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్లో ఎంత శ్రమించారో మనందరికీ తెలుసు. సమయం లేదు కాబట్టి ఆ విషయం మా సత్యనారాయణ మాస్టర్ గారిని చెప్పమని నేను కోరుకుంటూ, వారు చేసిన సేవ హిందూ మతం నుండి బౌద్ధ మతం స్వీకరించే సమయాన ఆయనతో పాటు 5 లక్షల మంది బౌద్ధ మతం స్వీకరించారంటే ఒక్కసారి గమనించండి ఆయన ఎంత పేరున్నవాడో, ఆయన అనుచరులు ఎంతమందో మీరు ఒక్కసారి గమనించండి. నా అదృష్టం, నేను అంబేద్కర్ గారి స్మరణార్థం వచ్చిన చాలా వాటిలో నేను చూశాను. నాగపూర్లో ఆయన దీక్షాభూమి చూశాను. మీరు ఎవరైనా దీక్షాభూమి చూశారో తెలియదు. జేమ్స్ స్టీఫెన్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ టు దీక్షాభూమి. ఎక్సలెంట్ థింగ్. Symbiosis Association, Symbiosis Foundation in Pune, they have a beautiful memorial in Pune, which I visited. I was the chairperson for Symbiosis International University on behalf of NAC peer team. I visited that. I had a lot of photos with Ambedkar Foundation, building there, and his picture also with me. ఆయన బాల్యం గురించి వాటి గురించి నేను చెప్పవలసిన అవసరం లేదు, మీ అందరికీ తెలిసిందే, చదువుకున్నవారే. మిగతా విషయాలు ఏమైనా ఉంటే డెఫినెట్గా మాస్టారు చెప్తారు. నేను ప్రస్తుతం రిటైర్ అయిన తర్వాత టైర్ అవ్వలేదు. నా వయసు 78, 62కి రిటైర్ అయిపోయాను. కానీ గత 16 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి ఇంకా యాక్టివ్గానే సమాజంలో నాకు తోచిన పని నేను చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాను. ప్రస్తుతం గాంధీ సెంటర్ విశాఖపట్నానికి నేను అధ్యక్షుడిగా ఉన్నాను. జేమ్స్ స్టీఫెన్కి ఇష్టమైతే మా గాంధీ సెంటర్తో కలిసి పనిచేయవచ్చు. గాంధీ గారు, అంబేద్కర్ గారు సమాజానికి ఏమి ఇవ్వదలుచుకున్నారు, అన్టచబిలిటీ గురించి కానీ, అంటరానితనం గురించి కానీ, లేకపోతే వారిని ఇబ్బంది పెడుతూ మనం చేస్తున్న కార్యక్రమాల గురించి, ఓట్ల గురించి, బానిసత్వం గురించి, వాటిట్లో మనం ఏమైనా చేయగలిగితే అంబేద్కర్ చైర్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ అండ్ గాంధీ సెంటర్ విశాఖపట్నం కలిసి పనిచేయవచ్చు. మా గాంధీ సెంటర్ విశాఖపట్నంలో మా సత్యనారాయణ గారు మా మెంబరే. అలాగే మాకు దాదాపు ఒక 10 మంది వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ మెంబర్లుగా ఉన్నారు మా గాంధీ సెంటర్లో. మనం కావాలంటే కలిసి పనిచేయచ్చు. ఈరోజు ఈనాడు పేపర్ చూసారేమో తెలియదు మీరు, అందులో ఎవరో ఒక ఆయన 130 డిగ్రీలు ఉన్నాయట, ఆయన సర్వీస్ చేశాడు, 130 డిగ్రీలు ఉన్నాయన్నారు. అది చూడగానే నాకు అంబేద్కర్ గారికి ఎక్కువ డిగ్రీలు చాలా ఉన్నాయంటారు, ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయో చూద్దామని నేను చూశాను. 32 డిగ్రీలు పొందిన ఏకైక భారతీయుడు ఆ రోజు. 32 డిగ్రీలు. ఈరోజు ఆయనకి చేసిన దాంట్లో డిగ్రీలన్నీ కూడా లోకల్ డిగ్రీలు. బట్ ఈయన డిగ్రీలు లండన్, ఎక్కడెక్కడో దేశాల నుంచి కూడా ఆయన చేసుకున్న డిగ్రీలు అంబేద్కర్ గారికి ఆ రోజుల్లో ఉంది. రాజ్యాంగ పరిషత్తులో చాలామంది పని చేయలేకపోతే వారి చేత పని చేయించి ఆ రాజ్యాంగాన్ని పూర్తి చేసిన మహనీయుడు అంబేద్కర్. ఈ విషయం ఇంకొక సభ్యుడు టి కృష్ణమాచారి గారు చెప్పిన విషయం మీకు అందరికీ గుర్తు చేస్తున్నాను. మహాత్మా గాంధీ గారికి ఆయనకి తేడాలు అంటారు. ఒక్క విషయంలో మాత్రం ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే అంబేద్కర్ గారు వాళ్ళకి సపరేటు నియోజకవర్గాలు చేసి ఓట్లు గెలిస్తే బాగుంటుందని అన్నారు ఆయన. అలా చేస్తే పూర్తిగా వారిని పక్కన పెట్టిన వాళ్ళం అవుతాము. అలా కాకుండా రిజర్వ్డ్ కాన్స్టిట్యున్సీస్ మనం పెడదామని గాంధీ గారు చేశారు. దాని గురించి కావాలంటే మనం మరలా మాట్లాడుకోవచ్చు ఇంకొకసారి. దాని గురించి నేను రాశాను కూడా, దాని గురించి కారణాలు, దానికి ఎట్లా పరిష్కరణ జరిగింది, ఆ పరిష్కరణలో గాంధీ గారికి అంబేద్కర్కి గాంధీ గారి ఫ్యామిలీ ఎంత సహాయం చేసింది కూడా నా దగ్గర ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంది. దాని గురించి నేను మాట్లాడదలుచుకోలేదు. ఆ తర్వాత మనం ఇంకోసారి మాట్లాడదాం. చాలా ఉన్నాయి. మరి ఆయన దీక్షాభూమి గురించి నేను చెప్పాను. పంచతీర్థ ఇన్ ఆనర్ ఆఫ్ అంబేద్కర్గా భావించే చాలా విషయాలు ఉన్నాయి. తెలంగాణలో 175 అడుగుల విగ్రహం తీసుకొచ్చారని ప్రభుత్వం చెప్పుకుంటే, మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో దాన్ని మించి చేద్దామని 206 అడుగుల స్టాచ్యూ విజయవాడలో, అమరావతిలో మనం సాధించుకోగలిగాం. నా అదృష్టం ఏమిటంటే అందులో దాని రూపకర్త, దాన్నంతా మానిటర్ చేసింది నా విద్యార్థి ఆచార్య డాక్టర్ నాగార్జున, ఆ రోజు మంత్రి కూడా ఆయన. సో నాకు ఆ కనెక్షన్ కూడా ఉన్నదని, నేను నాగార్జున ఉన్నప్పుడే ఒకసారి తీసుకెళ్ళాడు నన్ను, అక్కడ చూడటం జరిగింది. అంబేద్కర్ చైర్ చాలా చేస్తున్నాయి. ఇంకేమన్నా చేయొచ్చా? అంబేద్కర్ గారు వైలన్ వాయించేవారట. మీకెవరికైనా తెలుసా? అంబేద్కర్ గారు ఫిడేలు వాయించేవారు. అంబేద్కర్ గారు బుద్ధుడు బొమ్మలు ఆయన డిజైన్ చేశారు. అందులో కొన్ని ఆయనే ఆవిష్కరణ కూడా చేశారట. పెయింటింగ్స్ వేస్తారు, అవి మీకు తెలుసా మనకి? సో ఆర్టిస్టిక్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అంబేద్కర్. ఆ తరువాత హ్యూమర్ అండ్ అంబేద్కర్. హ్యూమర్ లేకపోతే మనిషి లేడు, నవ్వుతూ ఉండాలి. ఆయన నవ్వుతూ ఉండేవాడు చాలా కాలం. ఆయనకి హ్యూమర్ అంటే ఇష్టం లేదు, గాంధీ గారికి కూడా హ్యూమర్ అంటే ఇష్టం లేదని చాలామంది చెప్తారు. నేను అంబేద్కర్ అండ్ హ్యూమర్, గాంధీ అండ్ హ్యూమర్ కూడా నేను కొంత శ్రమ చేశాను. సో అంబేద్కర్ చేయరు కొత్తవి మీరు చేస్తే ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు డిజిటల్ చేసుకొచ్చారు. శోభాశ్రీ మేడం అనుకుంటున్నారు నేనున్నప్పుడు ఇది చేయలేకపోయానే అనుకుంటున్నారు. మా జనరేషన్ వేరు. శోభాశ్రీ అంతా పాత జనరేషను, జేమ్స్ స్టీఫెన్ ఈజ్ న్యూ జనరేషన్. సో యూజింగ్ టెక్నాలజీ అంబేద్కర్ని మనం ప్రపంచానికి ఎలా ప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు? అంబేద్కర్ ఉంటే ఇప్పుడు వెస్ట్ ఆసియన్ క్రైసిస్ ఎలా ఉండేది? దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ మోర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ దట్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు సజెస్ట్ టు జేమ్స్ సో దట్ హీ కెన్ బ్రింగ్ ఇట్ టు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ లెవెల్. అంబేద్కర్ చైర్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ లెవెల్ కూడా తీసుకురావడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. దాని మీద మీరు డిస్కషన్ పెడితే చాలా ఉన్నాయి, కానీ ఇంకా ఎక్కువ చెప్పడం నాకు ఇష్టం లేదు. మ్యూజిక్, ఆయన మ్యూజిక్ అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. హర్షిత తను పల్లవి, వాళ్ళ అమ్మగారి పేరు పల్లవి అని నాకు సత్యనారాయణ మాస్టర్ చెప్పారు. పల్లవి, అనుపల్లవి, దిస్ ఈజ్ కన్సర్న్ విత్ మ్యూజిక్. సో అంబేద్కర్ గారికి మ్యూజిక్ అంటే, ఏ మ్యూజిక్ అంటే ఇష్టం, ఏది ఇష్టపడేవాళ్ళు, ఇటువంటి చిన్న చిన్న విషయాలు కూడా అంబేద్కర్ చేయరు. పెద్ద పెద్ద విషయాలతో కూడా మీరు రీసెర్చ్ చేయాలని, ఆ రీసెర్చ్లో బహుశా బాగా మీకు సహాయపడిన వ్యక్తి ఎవరంటే సత్యనారాయణ మాస్టరే. ఆయనతో పాటు మేము కూడా అప్పుడప్పుడు మాకు అవకాశం ఉంటే మీతో ఉంటాం. అస్సాంలో ఉన్న సింగయ్య మనసు విశాఖపట్నం వైపు ఉంటుంది. ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ వైపు ఉంటుంది. ఒక మంచి వ్యక్తిని మరలా నా విద్యార్థిని చాలా కాలం తర్వాత చూసే భాగ్యం కలిగించిన జేమ్స్ స్టీఫెన్కి ధన్యవాదాలు చెప్తూ, అనుకోకుండా ఇంకా మిత్రులు స్టూడెంట్స్, నా స్టూడెంట్ ఉన్నారు, వెంకటేశ్వర్లు ఒకడు కూర్చొని ఉన్నాడు. ఆయన ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ డాక్టర్ విఎస్ కృష్ణ మెమోరియల్ లైబ్రరీకి లైబ్రరీగా ఉన్నారు. ఆయన 5 సంవత్సరాలు 5 లక్షల పుస్తకాలు 5 లక్షల పుస్తకాలు ఉన్న యూనివర్సిటీ చాలా అరుదుగా ఉంటుంది. అటువంటి యూనివర్సిటీ లైబ్రరీగా ఉన్నారు. వెంకటేశ్వర్లు గారు కూడా నా విద్యార్థి కావడం నాకు అదృష్టం అనుకోని నేను అనుకుంటూ ఉంటాను. మీ అందరినీ కలిసే భాగ్యం కలిగించిన జేమ్స్కి ధన్యవాదాలు. మీలో చాలామంది అంబేద్కర్లు ఉన్నారు. చాలామంది అంబేద్కర్లు మీలో నిక్షిప్తమై ఉన్నారు. దాన్ని మీరు ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకోవాలి, ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి, సలహాలు తీసుకోవాలి, సమాజానికి పని చేయాలి. సమాజం అంటే ఎవరు? మనం అందరం కలిస్తే సమాజం. ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ 100 ఇయర్స్ సందర్భాన అంబేద్కర్ చైర్ ఏమి చేయగలదు అన్నది నిజంగా 100 ఇయర్స్ రేపు April 26 తర్వాత స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. మీరు యూ కెన్ టేక్ 1 year యాజ్ ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ అంబేద్కర్ చైర్ అండ్ ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ యాజ్ సచ్ అని మీరు మంచి ప్రాజెక్ట్స్తో వస్తే, మీరు ఎటు సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ నోడల్ సెంటర్గా ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి డబ్బులకు కొదవలేదు. ఆ డబ్బులు మీరు చక్కగా ఉపయోగిస్తారని తెలుసు. దాంట్లో మా పిల్లలకు కూడా టిఫిన్లు పెట్టండి. నేను తినకుండానే వెళ్తున్నాను, ఏమనుకోకండి. ధన్యవాదాలు.
Thank you, Professor. We now request the Chair Professor to present a felicitation to Professor Balamohan Das, a small gesture for a mountain of knowledge. The journey continues as we invite Professor G. Singaiah, Vice-Chancellor, BSRV, to the podium. Sir, help us navigate the vast legal and social landscapes that Babasaheb was once mapped for us.
Namaskar. Good morning to each and every one of you. All the dignitaries, teachers, lovers of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and student friends, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to Professor James Stephen Garu for giving him an opportunity to come to my university where I studied for 5 years, participate in this very exciting program on the occasion of 135th Dr. B.R. Ambedkar birth anniversary. And I also sincerely thank Professor Venkateswarlu Garu, who is the professor in the Department of Commerce and Management, who has encouraged me, also supported and advised Professor James Stephen Garu to invite me to this function. And also, it is a great occasion for me to meet my guru, Sri Professor Balamohan Das Garu, who always loved me, encouraged me throughout of my career. He had invited me on various occasions when he was a director for the Public Enterprise Institute in Andhra University, when he was in Nagarjuna University as Vice-Chancellor, Every time he blesses me and he encouraged me, for which I am very grateful to him. And this is the university which has shaped my personality from as a teacher, as a researcher, as an academic administrator. When I was a student here for 5 years, I used to participate in number of programs conducted by Arts and Commerce and Management College, Science College, Engineering College in those days, 81 to 86. Every day there used to be one program or the other. I used to participate, I used to experience. Somehow those experiences has always ignites me to take some initiatives as a teacher, as a researcher, as a Vice-Chancellor, as a Vice-Chancellor, as a Dean. I have been taking always, and when I came to Andhra University last time, and I felt so happy that I have come to my homecoming. So that way I feel so grateful to Professor James. And I am also very grateful to meet Professor Satyanarayana garu, who is the architect of the Law College as well as Andhra University. And I am very grateful to him for going to listen to his wisdom. Similarly, I appreciate Shobhashri Madam, who is the predecessor to Professor James. And so her contributions are very, very significant. So anyhow, see, I am not a very good orator, but I love and admire, I get inspiration from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Guruji. Karan kya hai, I also belong to a oppressed sections, and I have also come from a lot of hardships. There was no kapada, there was no khana, there was no money to travel. Despite all those things, when I was as a student from my primary school to even my university days, even today, we used to listen to him, get inspiration from him. So that way, my life, all the time, I used to get inspiration from him. When I was a student, studied below 10th class, I belong to a very poor family. Whenever I get time, I used to help my parents. Nobody tells me go and work in my field. I used to go and work. I used to work as a laborer also. Then when I was admitted in class 11 and 12, ABM College, Ongole, in my room, a lot of students were there. Generally, there was no good academic atmosphere. After 4 o'clock, my college, I used to take my book, go to the railway track. I used to sit from 4 to 6 or 7 o'clock till darkness. I used to study. I come back. Again, I take food. Then I used to go to the college veranda. I used to sleep, study and sleep. Morning, I used to come. So it is all because how Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Guruji, how he had struggled and how he had come up, that is always inspiration. My parents used to sacrifice their comfort, they used to send me. I always used to think like that. See, let me do my best. So that way, I have gone to Northeast last 30 years back, 97. And I worked in Tejpur University, Central University, around 10 years. I worked in Northeastern Hill University, Meghalaya, Tura campus. I was also Vice-Chancellor around 20 years. Then I came to recently Birangana, Sati, Sadhani, Rajyik, Vishwavidyalaya. So during all these universities and different roles as a teacher, researcher and administrator, I try to think that how Dr. Ambedkar Guruji, Abraham Lincoln, Gandhiji, various great scholars, how they used to think for the common man. People at the bottom line of our society, how we can do, I am trying whatever is possible. So that way he is always inspiration for me. I have seen, I am from a village in Ongole district, that village name is Umevaram, near Nagulupalapadu Mandal. So I have seen, I move around not only in Andhra, other parts of the country and Northeast last 30 years. Northeast is dominated by indigenous people, various tribal people and even scheduled caste, OBCs, lot of people are there. I have seen the confidence among all the deprived sections of the society has gone up as like any other matured and enlightened people. So that way our people, belonging to the various deprived sections of the people, no longer they are feeling less confident, inferiority. We are as good as anybody in this world. So that way, these are all because women, minorities, various sections of the people, people are very confident, dignity, and everybody is trying to do something and they are learning. And I am also happy to share with you, I have seen in my own village, number of people from Dalit communities have become agripreneurs, business, lot of activities they are doing. Nobody is depending on somebody for today's meal or something. So now everybody is self-confident, it's independent. So that kind of ecosystem has come up. It is none other than various great people like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Guruji. He had inspired, knowingly, unknowingly, everybody got inspiration from him. So that is why even in Northeast, I have been there last 30 years, as I mentioned. There, people are very, very confident and they love their life and they really help people. And that is because the ecosystem is on par with the mainstream of our India or even in the world. So those people are also working across the globe, across the country. They are getting the laurels. So that is why what is more important is that Ambedkar ji is like a avatar Purusha, like a Ram, like a whomever we talk about Jesus and Buddha. He is like a person. He is not born in a well-to-do families. He has come from a very, very, as we all know. But he is born to ignite not only people belonging to the deprived sections of the people, but also he had ignited all sections of the people to aware about the humanity, equality, fraternity, liberty. For all those things he had ignited. So that is why today almost all people, all parties, all great thinkers admire and appreciate and try to follow his ideals as followed by. So he is such a great person. So such a way, that is why he loves India, he loves Bharat, he is a great patriot. How even the Prime Minister Modi ji used to say, Sugandh you get from aapka mitti se. You get Sugandh, smell from your own clay, your own motherland. So that way he has not adopted any other foreign origin religions. He has adopted our own Indian religion. That speaks how he loves our India, our Indian culture, our Indian traditions. So that is why what is more important is that he is like Abraham Lincoln. He is like various great people across the globe. So that is why what is more important, as mentioned by my Guruji, Professor Balamohan Das Garu. So we have to, in each and every one of us, there is a Ambedkar ideology, his philosophy, his wisdom. We are all imbibed, we are all inculcated with all his great principles. So how do we? The great challenge before all of us is that I am enjoying the privileges created by Dr. Ambedkar Guruji. But what is that I am here, I am Varasudni. What is that I am going to do? That is a big question. So that is where we all have to ponder and we have to discuss and debate, because just by claiming, celebrating all these days is not just enough. We have to, as I appreciate Professor Stephenji, he is always taking a number of initiatives which unites the humanity, Indians, different sections of the society. So that way, my sincere advice to all of us is that even though we are all well off, but we have to internalize the spirit of Dr. Ambedkar ji. How is it possible? Taking 3 times khana, wearing a very rich kapada, traveling by air, traveling by car is not enough. Unless we undergo the process of Dr. Ambedkar ji, how he had undergone his life, unless we voluntarily accept the poverty, unless you read, unless you visit, unless you work with the people at the bottom of the line, we never become a Dr. Ambedkar ji. Only we become a self-centered person. We have to think for the common man. We have to live with them. That is a very, very important, as I have seen some of the achievements of this Dr. Ambedkar ji ka chair, You have gone to the villages, self-help uska kaam kiya, a lot of activities, awareness programs. We have to do, and then only we will be able to do. So that is why we should think high level, we should live simple life, and we should do hard work. Then we can definitely admire him. Another thing which I would like to share some of my thoughts. You see, now what is more important? Synergy. The ecosystem that was when he wrote the constitution, the ecosystem in which we are now living is altogether different. As stated by Nelson Mandela, so we should work with people across the sections of the society. Synergy is more important. Paradigm shift is more important, and we should be very exemplary. We should be more value-based, and we should be more of a hard-working, and in the level playing field, we should be second to none in this world. We should prove to be at that level. Then only we are real admirers and followers of Dr. Ambedkar Guruji. So that is very, very important. I wish under the leadership of Stephen Ji and Shobhasri Madam and Satyanarayana Guruji, my Guruji, Sri Balamohan Das Guruji, and for all the leaders, and really I appreciate once again Dr. Stephen, and who is organizing with a great enthusiasm, excitement, and I thank him for giving me opportunity. I also sincerely thank each and every one of you for listening to my matured or immature thoughts, I don't know. I have been moving around with my limited opportunities, and I have seen and I have experienced how I experienced myself the great influence of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji, as well as my Guruji. This university especially had given me a great enlightenment. Every time whenever I share with my students and faculty, I used to say, when I was a student in my university, a lot of activities, where this assembly hall, where now Dr. Ambedkar chair is there, we used to see a lot of debates. Student leaders used to organize cinemas, dramas. I also used to sing Harishchandra Padyalu, I used to sing. So I remember those days, every night time, second show, we used to go to the cinema by walk, like that. So it is a great opportunity, and my heartfelt gratitudes to each and every one of you, especially Stephen Ji, Dr. Venkateswarlu, and all other teachers. Please bless me, please bless us. Lastly, I request Dr. Stephen Ji. In my university, generally Ambedkar Jayanti and everything we used to celebrate. So we would like to extend, since yours is a nodal agency across the country, kindly extend support. We will also make it more vibrant in my institution, so that we'll work together, we'll learn from your institution, create greater vibrancy, and create a great, ambitious, and liberty, freedom, fraternity we can create across the globe. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Andhra.
Wisdom is a vintage wine that gets better with time. Professor Singaiah Garu, your presence is a bridge between wisdom of the past and the aspirations of the future. Thank you, Professor.
To tell us about the chair's monumental contributions to the centenary celebrations, its role as a national heartbeat of Ambedkarite thought, and the roadmap for the next century to come of justice, we invite the man at the helm. Please join us in welcoming our distinguished chair professor, Professor M. James Stephen Garu, to share his story of our legacy and leap into the future.
Thank you, Harshita. Thank you so much. And we are so inspired. Thank you, Singaiah sir. Your life is a testimony. Your life is an inspiration to this generation. And we are so happy that many students are still coming. We are very sorry that we are short of space. We would have organized it in much bigger place. Initially, I thought followed by second Saturday, then Sunday, who would come? Just within few days of invitation, you all have turned up here. And please, students, understand, you are so valuable. While going, Professor Balamohan Das sir said, there are many Ambedkars here. Such a powerful statement. See, you would be a great blessing to so many in this generation if you can utilize all your potential to the maximum extent. What I will try to do now is, before our last part, that is Professor Satyanarayana garu speech. Satyanarayana Master garu chivari speech iche mundu, I just want to present briefly what is the contribution of Dr. Ambedkar chair in this centenary year. People are talking so much about the centenary year, but as a chair established in this prestigious university, just within this 1 year, what we could able to achieve, what we could able to do with whatever limitations we have, without our capacity within ourselves, we could able to do. There are so many unique things happened in this particular centenary year, starting from April 1st to March 31st. I will present so briefly. I think the system is getting ready so that, yeah. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University, works under Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, Dr. Ambedkar Foundation. And what you are looking now is contributions of Dr. Ambedkar Chair, AU, in centenary year. We have a very clear mandate. We call the thrust area of the chair. We are sorry. Yeah. Yes. No. It's okay. Sometimes it happens. I just wanted to present few things. Yeah. Look at here. This is the thrust area of this chair: Digital India, Human Advancement, Interdisciplinary Thoughts, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Our mandate is very clear, including the excluded, reaching the unreached, touching the untouchable, through the thrust area of the chair, which is very simple: rural development through digital empowerment. This is the abstract of the whole scenario for the last 3 years, of course. We did more than 70 unique programs. The major focus of our chair for the last 2-3 years is on advancing social justice by aligning sustainable development goals. Students, many of you know about the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. We adopted 5 specific villages, and we have been doing the studies, the research in certain sustainable development goals by localizing, by strategic localization of the global goals. See, these are the various case studies we did, the technological interventions, field-based evidence, etc. Udhanam is the prevailing issue. This chair has done 2 years of research on this particular area in the north coastal district of Andhra Pradesh, especially in the Srikakulam district. And our students, our scholars went there. We interacted with the doctors, patients, and we could able to draw very useful interventions or very useful conclusions. And we communicated to the government, we communicated for the policy decisions. Of course, 72 villages we visited. Our team went from house to house, road to reach the people. Okay, I'm not going to give all the details here, but some interesting facts here when we talk about the research findings I displayed. I'm not going to read again because of the time. The next project we have, see, whatever project we did, we have come up with the good research outcomes. We have technological interventions using machine learning, deep learning, how to identify the disease at the early stages, etc. We could able to publish in very high quality journals with high impact factors, Scopus indexed. These are the papers we could able to do. And the best thing with this chair is we could able to file the patents, and we could able to get the international grants for the work what has been done in Udhanam and these chronic kidney diseases. And the second project we have done among these adopted villages, 5 villages in the Pendurthi area, and we are seeing that transformation. Sir was talking about the paradigm shift. Sir was talking about that immediate requirement of the change, which we could see through the studies what we have been conducting. See, education is so important. Now digital education is the alarming and more important point, right? And we have developed an AI model, a prototype application, and we have demonstrated it to the villagers. We reached the grassroots level. You know, we developed this particular application so interestingly where students can play with it. They can learn by playing. We called it as gamified approach. You can read science, maths, or anything, whatever you want. You can see the more interesting part here. You can do some puzzles, you know, games for kids, etc. They can learn in their most interesting way. See, you can see there, if you can select whatever you want, if you select the options, there are many key features in this particular application. This is the small application we have developed and we have given it to the villagers. Artificial intelligence is not so sophisticated term. It should reach to the least, and then we can count the success of the sustainable development goals and etc. Where you can see this is, if you click on the game, if you click on the arrow game, it will ask you the small questions and you have to shoot the right answer, 4 into 2. See, students would start playing with it. 3 plus 4 is 7. Something like this interesting way. We have given this application to the rural students and we have seen wonderful, wonderful results. I'm just moving forward because we have very less time. Sir was, Balamohan Das sir was talking about internationalization, right? Yes, we did it. I presented this paper in Bydgoszcz, Poland, in an international conference. This is all the field visits we have done it. These are the various results, pre-intervention and post-intervention. And I presented this paper in the international conference on emerging trends in expert application and security. I visited there as a keynote speaker. Then I presented in the last July along with the other speakers. And this particular rural part, this application, I presented in Europe. And you know, they were so excited to listen to this, and I'm so blessed to receive the Nexus Synergy Award Europe in 2025 for this wonderful work, what is done. Adopted these villages and working it. And recently we have done this particular work. Please listen to this. This year in Centenary year, we worked with agriculture. And because Ambedkar always wanted agriculture also to be seen as industry. And we worked with a lot of farmers. And look at the device we have come up with. Sound, please.
Agri-AI, an adaptive IoT AI pest control system that helps farmers easily monitor their fields. First, the camera captures high-resolution images of the crops. These images are automatically sent to the Raspberry Pi for analysis. Then, the images are analyzed by a YOLO detection model running on the Raspberry Pi. This model identifies the pest type and pest count present in the crops. Next, this YOLO data is sent to the random forest model. Based on the YOLO data, the model provides chemical pesticide recommendations. In the second part, the ESP32 is connected to the NPK soil sensor. It collects soil data such as moisture, pH and nitrogen and sends it to the Raspberry Pi. After that, the Raspberry Pi combines the YOLO data, random forest recommendation data and soil data and sends all this information to the large language model. The model then generates English and Telugu summaries for farmers. Finally, the complete field information is sent to the website. The same information is also sent to the Telegram mobile application where farmers can easily access it through the Telegram bot named Agri-AI Bot.
Where you can see, the same thing is also in Telugu, I am just skipping out. And this is actually inaugurated by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. The director, IPS officer came all the way from Delhi, from the ministry and launched this product in the midst of the farmers. That's what I have been telling. Ambedkar's ideology We celebrated enough on the birthdays of Ambedkar. But his ideology must be reached to the marginalized, unprivileged. They are very much deserved in my sight. You know, when we have come up with this kind of products with the technological intervention and field-based evidence data, there was a lot of excitement, and this is in operation. This is the research which is very much pioneering, and the ministry has sent their special appreciation to the chair that this is the first of its kind. We could able to come up with minimum cost and bring a 24/7 security to the farming fields, especially for the smallholder farmers. Listen to, and we have conducted training programs for these farmers. And all the press came there and listened to the local panchayati president
వారు రైతులందరూ కూడా సన్నకారు రైతులందరూ కూడా చాలా ఉపయోగకరమైనటువంటి రైతులు సన్నకారు రైతులందరూ కూడా ఏవైతే ఈరోజు రసాయన రైతు అయినటువంటి ఈరోజు కొత్తగా టెక్నాలజీని తీసుకొచ్చారో మనం చూస్తున్న దేశవ్యాప్తంగా ఈరోజు రైతులకి ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఏ విధంగా రైతులకి టెక్నాలజీని వారు ఈ 5 గ్రామాల్లో కూడా గత 3 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి కూడా మేము ఈ కార్యక్రమం చేస్తున్నామని వారు మా అందరికి కూడా ప్రతి సన్నకారు రైతులు అన్ని పార్టీల కలకితో మరి సర్పంచులందరినీ కూడా పిలిచి ఈ యొక్క కార్యక్రమాన్ని ప్రతి నెలకు ఒకసారి ఈ కార్యక్రమం పెట్టడం వారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో రైతులకి చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుందండి. ఈరోజు ఎకరాకి వ్యవసాయానికి ఈరోజు వరి చూస్తే మనకి 30 నుంచి 40 వేల రూపాయలు ఖర్చు అవుతుందండి రైతుకి. ఈరోజు దున్ను కానీ లేదంటే ట్రాక్టర్తో ఛార్జెస్ కానీ యూరియా కానీ లేదా మందులు కానీ ఈరోజు కోతకు వచ్చే వరకు కూడా, కానీ దానివల్లగా నష్టం జరుగుతుంది. ఈరోజు ఈ టెక్నాలజీ వల్ల రైతులకి మేలు జరుగుతుంది. కనీసం మరి రైతు పండించే దాంట్లో 50% రైతుకి లాభం ఉండాలని దీని మీద మంచి టెక్నాలజీతో కూడినటువంటి ఈరోజు ఈ పెస్ట్ కంట్రోల్ సిస్టము ఇది రైతులకు ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా మరి పురుగులు రసాయన మందులు రహితంగా ఈరోజు వ్యవసాయదారులందరికీ కూడా ఉపయోగపడంగా మరి ఈరోజు స్టెఫెన్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో ఈ కార్యక్రమం గత 3 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి కూడా మాకు ఎంతో మేలు జరుగుతుంది. మరి సన్నకారు రైతులకే కాదు వ్యవసాయదారులు మహిళలు కూడా చాలామంది దీని మీదే ఆధారపడి బ్రతుకుతున్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా వారికి మేమందరం కూడా మా గ్రామాలన్నీ తరపున కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తాం.
So you can see this here, reaching the unreached, research reaching the last mile. And the next day you would have witnessed, you would have read in every newspaper, all national print media covered this news, because this is such a wonderful initiative taken up by Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University, in the centenary year of Andhra University. This is a great moment of pride to the university that, you know, it is the work is published in Scopus Index Journal, and patent is in the process. Hopefully we will get the grant very soon. A study on strategic localization of sustainable development goals for social justice. We did a lot of work on SDGs and published in elsewhere and other Scopus Index journals. Why we focus so much on sustainable development goals? The United Nations Program Administrator H.M. Steiner has categorically stated Ambedkar's vision of equality and social justice echoes the ambition of the United Nations 2030 development agenda. This is the ongoing research now. We are focusing on the coastal belt, on the farming community. Our doctoral fellows are always on their toes, going from person to person, collecting the first-hand data, and we are coming up with a lot of solutions, very innovative solutions for the betterment of fishing community. This is how we have done a lot of research in this centenary year, where you can see the list of patents. We have patents granted from South Africa, India, United Kingdom, etc. Almost we published and granted together, we have 34 patents from this chair, Dr. Ambedkar chair, just in 3 years. You can understand the real research that is going on. And the chair received the Intellectual Property Day Profile Inventor Award, right? I could get an opportunity to share about the research and the patents to our Honorable Governor, His Excellency, Sri Nazirji. Thank you. Recent collaborative research with other universities has focused on health domains. You can see All this work has been published in high impact factor journals, collaborating with the other universities and so on. And coming to the programs, we did wonderful programs in this centenary year. We started this centenary year with the capacity building program sponsored by ICSSR, Ministry of Education. We received 8 lakh grant to conduct 2-week program. Such a wonderful experts, resource from all over the country have come and trained the sessions. You can see the photographs there. And we had the industrial visits, etc. And we did a wonderful interactive program. That's how we started our journey in the centenary year. And from there on, there are many notable programs that have been conducted by the chair, where you can see the resource people from different areas coming to the chair and giving their lectures throughout the year. This is one of the unique achievement of the chair. Being the chair professor, I represented this country as a sole representative to the United States of America. Completely sponsored by the government of America, issuing a special grantee of J1 visa for almost more than 3 weeks. Visited many premier institutions. This is the notable alumni. And how people prepared this particular card and they issued it. And this is a pride movement, not just to the chair, but the centenary celebrating Andhra University. And I could able to visit and interact with the people from 23 participants from 23 countries on university partnerships, could able to deliver few lectures there and interact with the people, etc. And this is another important thing. Dr. Ambedkar Chair's 2-day national seminar, first of its kind, first ever seminar. Actually, Dr. Ambedkar Chair in Andhra University is relatively younger. There are chairs established almost 20 years back. But the responsibility of organizing the national seminar has been entrusted to Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University. That is another milestone we could able to achieve. You know what they have written here? After due deliberation, the administrative team at the foundation has unanimously decided to entrust the responsibility of hosting this prestigious event to Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University. They also quoted, under your stewardship, the chair has become a benchmark of excellence across the country through pioneering research, inclusive outreach, digital empowerment, and high quality academic programs. This we received in this centenary year. New proceedings have been released, being the chair professor as the editor of the book. And we have a lot of programs during lot of sessions during that program, and Satyanarayana was one of the speakers there, enlightened all of us. Such a wonderful program. You know what they wrote after the program? This is the pride of the centenary. Listen here. They clearly quoted here, all the participants praised your flawless coordination, perfectly timed sessions, smooth logistics, comfortable accommodation, excellent hospitality, and high quality technical and live streaming arrangements. And they also wrote, on behalf of Dr. Ambedkar Foundation, I wish to express our pride in having you as one of the esteemed chair professors. This is the esteem of the university. When they organized the Constitution Day program on November 26th, they invited me as one of the distinguished guests to the program, where Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gowai, was present along with the minister. And I could able to chair a session, speak in a panel, and happy to receive the applause there. And One India Through Digital India is one of my 14 books, the recent books which I authored. How Digital India can make one India. The 500 plus pages book was launched by Justice B.R. Gowai. He was so excited to go through the pages, and I received a special call later that evening. And you can see this.
Mr. Amit Yadav, Secretary of the Department of Social Justice and Empowerment, together with Additional Secretary Madam C.K. Deshmukh, and also to please come on One India Through Digital India. witnessed, Your Honor, and also education of our empowerment of citizens. Dr. Ambedkar's ideology, role of women in digital empowerment, challenges in achieving Ambedkar's digital vision, Common Services Center, its impact, and much more. चलिए मिलके बनाते हैं हमारे सपनों का भारत विकसित भारत.
And the secretary introduced me in such a way that, you know, finally I received a very special appreciation on that very special day, Indian Constitution Day. And I'm moving forward because of the time constraint. I presented to the Union Minister that evening. And this is national portal. We have 28 chairs across the country. And Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University, during the centenary year is given the nodal center across the country to coordinate and to facilitate the national portal. And I am nominated and designated, appointed as the nodal officer for the next 5 years. Thank you so much for your support. And this is the national portal and which is in operation. And we could able to do lot of programs. And because of the time constraint, I'm closing here. I'm so humbled to present to you the achievements and the milestones of Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University during this centenary year. We could able to accomplish so much, but we are humbled. There is a long way to go. There are millions of people, millions upon millions of people in this country still looking forward to receive our contribution. And what we could able to achieve is very, very small and minimal. The need is huge. And I request all the students here, I really appreciate all the students who are standing and listening. Usually people just go out if they don't find any seat. Almost more than 100 students stood here and listening to this. You all blessed us really this day. Big round of applause to all of you. I'm so excited, so fascinated. You know, I keep on presenting our contribution, but as I told you, this is very, very less. If every one of you start utilizing your full potential, there are more than 500 students here. If you start optimizing the resources that are available to you. See, we have just heard a fascinating story from Professor Singaiah, who is serving as the Vice-Chancellor in the State University of Assam. He saved his life. He worked as a laborer in the farming fields. He understands the value of life. And I could feel that heart, that sense of responsibility. I'm so happy today we have Dr. Jairaj Garu as our special invitee here. Tenneti Jairaj Garu. He is the senior surgeon, chief surgeon. And he served in the medical field. But he loves the ideology of Ambedkar. And I'm so happy that he is present here. Here, Professor Ratnam Garu, the former rector of this university, he is present here. I'm so happy. Even before every one of you have come here, he is present here. Professor Victor Garu here, I'm so happy. Professor Dr. Adari Kishore Garu here, the other friends are here, and other teachers are here. Pallavi Madam is here. Thank you so much from Law College. And I also thank Dr. Professor T.V. Krishna Garu, CDC Dean, who circulated this invitation to all affiliated colleges. A big round of applause to all of them. And my special thanks, thank you so much. My special thanks go to Sobasri Madam, who is my predecessor, a great source of encouragement. And you know, we made this centenary year a prideful year through Dr. Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University. Certainly we can say that, because you know, being the student of this university from 1996 and serving in this university at different capacities, now heading the chair as the chair professor is truly a blessing and a privilege. With these words, we are moving on to the final session. Professor Satyanarayana Garu, I don't know how I can thank you enough. The moment whenever I look to you, you are such a wonderful person to accept the invitation even within few hours. and you are a great blessing to this generation. I know if you start sharing your stories and your life experiences, students would not move even an inch till the evening without thinking of lunch. I know you are such a wonderful orator, such a wonderful presenter. Above all, man who carries the heart of empathy for this generation, to see this generation taking up the position and being a blessing to the nation. With these few words, may I humbly request, shall we all give a standing ovation to Professor Vice-Chancellor Garu? A big round of applause. Please come on to the dais, sir. The founding Vice-Chancellor of Okay, and the host is telling we prepared the introduction, sir. How can you skip that? So while we all stand, Harshita will give the introduction. Then sir will give a speech, and we will close with that this wonderful, wonderful program. Over to you, Harshita. Thank you.
Our final speaker for today is a man who lived a life of two uniforms. One of sky blue, defending our skies in the Indian Air Force. I understand your excitement, but please listen about our teacher, because we are from law faculty. We'll tell you some about him. Our final speaker for today is a man who lived a life of two uniforms. One of a sky blue uniform, defending our skies in the Indian Air Force, and one of black robes, defending the spirit of justice in our halls. He is our teacher, our mentor, and a veteran, both in the battlefield and as well as our classrooms. As a law professor and a former and founding Vice-Chancellor of DSNLU, he knows law better than us. He knows that law, like a flight path, requires precision and courage. Sir, we invite you with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon. Very distinguished persons on the front lines and my colleagues from the university departments, my most beloved students of this campus, Dr. Manmohan Singh, in the capacity of Prime Minister of India, while inaugurating the Science Congress, very aptly said, I was a member of that Science Congress here, that Andhra University is a magnificent campus. This magnificence doesn't go to any other campus in India. Though I proudly say I studied from Delhi University campus in the distinguished great persons like Arun Jaitley, Gopal Subramaniam. Of course, they were my juniors by 1 year. Anyway, that was history. But I only feel sad sometimes because I could not become a student of this campus because I was in the Indian Air Force, as my grandchild said right now. And this is an occasion not to speak for hours together. This is an occasion to commemorate the birth of a great scholar, legal luminary, and ultimately a statesman. So many characters you will not find in any one person. That is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I will only take 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. I will stick to my promise because I am law-abiding citizen of India. I am as old as the Indian Constitution. I won't disclose my age. I am as old as the Indian Constitution. The Constitution was born a few days before me. In fact, India became republic a few days after my birth, and India became republic a few years before my birth. With that, why I am mentioning this is, I had great opportunity to do research on Ambedkar's work. If anyone happened to visit my house, I will show you a rack full of Ambedkar's literature, Constituent Assembly debates. They are all motivational documents. And now coming to the great soul, great statesman, we will not see again. On one occasion, when I was chief guest at a function for celebration of 50 years of Indian Constitution, a politician was also by my side. I don't disclose his name because it's not proper here. He is still there. He was that time sitting MLA. He said, in a casual reference, I'm not blaming him, Indian Constitution is 50-year-old, it is time to throw it away. Because a man is subject to medical examination after 30 years, every 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Why not the Indian Constitution? I just kept quiet. Others have clapped and whistled like you have done, for pleasure. But they didn't know why they were doing. When my turn came, without any feeling of hurting him, I told him, you are the people's representative of Visakhapatnam. Kindly do one thing. You find an Ambedkar for me. You find B.N. Rao for me. You find M.V. Kamath for me. If you can find these 3 or 4 people and show me how they are, where they are, what they are doing, I would allow you to throw this constitution. You can't get an Ambedkar today. You can't get B.N. Rao today. You can't get M.V. Kamath today. What do you talk about? The life of a document prepared for the governance of India. In fact, I am very grateful to James Stephen, who had permitted me, of course, accepting my topic. I suggested a topic because talking in vacuum and void is not advisable. When you talk about a person's birth, you should commemorate him with proper words. That's what I have chosen, a few words, a few paragraphs from the Indian constitutional legacy. So I requested him that I will speak for a few minutes on a topic like this if you accept, because I was required to accept his, acceptance was very essential that time. I suggested topic I am disclosing. Thank you very much for not disclosing the topic. Ambedkar's vision of Indian constitutional democracy and human values. This was what I suggested. Immediately, I thank him profusely for accepting it, and I am here in front of you. I won't take much of your time. I'm very conscious I am talking to the future Ambedkars of India, future citizens of India. Why I mention this emphatically is that democracy is established by the Constitution of India. It is for you to sustain it or destroy it. That's what Ambedkar said when he was speaking on the final day of submitting this great document. Many people have made fun of him and said, do you think that this document will live beyond your lifetime? Do you think that it will serve any purpose? Then he said, maybe, I don't know. I had done the job of a draftsman, thinking that people have trusted me rather, therefore entrusted this work, believing that I have the skill to do it. I had done to the best of my ability. If you think it is a bad document, it is for you to make it good document. You know, he said, however bad a constitution may be, if people who work it, after all, guns and knives do not work. Men go there and work with them and kill people. So therefore, people who work it happen to be a good lot, a bad document will become a good document. It should not be otherwise. If the document is good, but people who work it happen to be bad, however good it may be, it becomes a bad document. Please remember this and then work it on. And one more thing, constitutions are never drafted, never made for a particular period, for a particular purpose. They are documents of eternal life. Therefore, you know, while reviewing the document, Indian Constitution, after 37 years of its successful functioning, just Acharya Commission was appointed in 1983 by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi government. Justice Acharya with two members worked for 5 years and brought out a voluminous report on which I got my doctoral degree from Andhra University in 1995. And Acharya, in the opening words, said, constitutions are not a static frame like this. It's a living, organic institution. So Ambedkar gave us a living, organic institution, just as a seed sprouts into a plant, plant grows into a tree, tree gives us flowers and fruits. What else? It gives us as long as you are existing. So therefore, remember, constitutions are made forever. And that's the reason I have chosen this topic, because the very object of the constitution is to establish a democratic system. But today, unfortunately, you youngsters feel, and we equally agree with you, that is Indian democracy become a plutocracy. Plutocracy means rule by rich people, which is more dangerous than dictatorship, which Ambedkar never wanted. He wanted people's government. Therefore, here I would cite one example of discussion between Dr. Ambedkar and B.N. Rao. Benegal Narsingh Rao, a great legal scholar, a statesman, he was advisor to the Constituent Assembly members. There were about 300 and odd Constituent Assembly members. He was advisor to them. So therefore, in the process of drafting the Constitution, he said, Dr. Ambedkar, please help us in drafting a document for India. That would be a governing document for the future. A draft was prepared, a skeleton was drawn, and I am giving you this skeleton. It is for you to make it a lively document. And Ambedkar said, yes, sir. Ambedkar filled the document with flesh and blood. That is the draft. The draft, with the great acumen of Dr. Ambedkar, constituted the flesh and blood of the entire Indian democracy. And then he asked B.N. Rao, it was a discussion. He asked B.N. Rao, Rao sir, as you said, skeleton has become body with my flesh and blood. I did to the best of my ability. What next? It is a body lying here. No life? No, don't worry. Let us not worry how it works. It works because we, the people of India, will give life to it. That's the reason Indian Constitution starts with the words, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into socialist, secular, democratic republic. And dash. So therefore, don't worry. People give life. We have given life to the document. When we have given life to the document, which is a governing document, why do you wish to kill it? We cannot. Therefore, and not only that, remember, he made a provision to enable amendment to the Constitution, because Ambedkar had a great vision that the society is transforming very fast. In this transformational journey, many ups and downs. They may require some constitutional changes. Therefore, he suggested constitution, the amendment provision, that is 368, which authorized the future parliaments to amend the constitution. And that is the reason many people ask me that, sir, why do we have more than 130 amendments when American constitution, which is more than 250-year-old, has only about 29 amendments or so, less than 50. Then my answer is only one. The democracy differs from country to country. Constitution differs from country to country. It all depends on their needs. Our needs are different from American needs. Our needs are different from Australian, Canadian. So therefore, don't compare two countries on such issues. They are all trivial issues. They are not important issues. Therefore, he supported the argument that yes, as many amendments as we need, we should have it. And therefore, we are amending the constitution to go with the society. When the society is dynamic, when the society is moving very fast, that constitution cannot afford to walk. It cannot crawl. It cannot stay back. It cannot take back steps. So therefore, constitution should be equally dynamic, sometimes even more dynamic than the society itself, because constitution shall provide for the future of the society. So these are the arguments that took place at that time when the drafting process was going on. And on the last day of his speech, while he was presenting the Constitution to the nation, 26th November 1949, and I was born a few days after that, 21st December 1949. How fortunate. I didn't know that I was born after the Constitution is being presented. The significance here I would like to make is that that day, he made a statement that we have done to the best of our ability in drafting this constitution, taking a long time, as all of you think. It may be longer time because the Constituent Assembly had taken almost 3 years. More precisely, that it has taken about 2 years, 11 months, 17 days or so, as the history books record. It might have taken longer time because when you start comparing two democracies, remember one thing, youngsters, it is useful for your civil services examination or any competitive examination. There, it's very clearly mentioned that when you talk about a constitution of governing nature for the whole country, that you should make provisions for every aspect that you can comprehend. That's what he said, that whatever we could comprehend, we could take into account that what is going to be the future of the Indian democracy. So that is the reason, remember that why when I used the last two words expression, that is human values, he had great concern for the human values. That is the reason we call it reservation concept and all that. But that is only haphazard word using reservation and all that. But he always wanted there should be absolute protection to the human values. And that he has ensured through Part 3 of the Constitution. Fundamental rights in written form. And not only that, how to protect your own rights, the Constitution itself spells out through Article 32, which he described as central pillar of democracy. Article 32, which enables you to go to Supreme Court directly for your rights. He termed it as central pillar of democracy. So therefore, this is not the time, as I said in the beginning, to discuss everything about the Constitution, because it takes hours together to talk about the Indian constitutional system. And remember that when you recapitulate the discussions, the emotions that he said, on one occasion, on the Independence Day occasion, he said, independence is a matter of joy. Very rightly. Independence is a matter of joy to all of us. We got independence. A joyful occasion. But remember, if hereafter, if anything goes wrong, we cannot blame the Britishers. We have to blame ourselves. Please make sure that you cannot compare, you cannot blame others. You have to blame yourself because the Constitution mandates behave yourself. The Constitution mandates take care of your own welfare. Constitution mandates take care of the whole country. And here I would like to tell you one simple example of national philosophy and absolute patriotism by a girl student of mine. I was in the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, for about 7 years, selecting these IAS, IPS, IFS officers in dozens. On one occasion, in the year 2013, that was the last time I sat. Thereafter I refused to go because I had to stay Delhi in 1 month without my family. So I said, this is the last occasion I'm coming here. I'm mentioning this just to give you a motivational spirit to all of you. Once candidate came to because all UPSC posts are constitutional posts. One candidate is called to the interview. The chairman asked me, sir, Professor, because I was subject expert, he told, sir, we have a special request to make. Please, sir. When chairman says you have to do something special, I must agree. I said, yes, sir, I'm ready to do anything. Now the candidate who is going to come inside has opted law. It is very rare that candidates opt law. Even engineering, they don't opt engineering, medicine very frequently. They take other subjects because they think that they are easy to pass. That's a wrong notion minded. Take your own subject, excel yourself. When the candidate came here, I asked her, okay, because I had to interview her because all others are technical people. And I am the only person from law and subject expert. Please remember, I asked her, yes, you are from? I am from Rajasthan, sir. Which university? Rajasthan National Law University. Who was your teacher? Sir, Professor Sashay Sastry, who passed away recently. Then I told her, oh, thank you for making me recollect my student. Then I told her, you are the student of my student. Her teacher was my student, very outstanding student, very, very emotional feeling I had at that time. And then I asked her, why have you chosen IFS as your option? Indian Foreign Service, not IAS, not IPS. She left those two. And the third choice she had taken, already she was IRS, already in the 4th cadre. Then her answer was very strict. She said, sir, I just want to become IFS, nothing else. This is a point to be remembered in this constitutional year of Dr. Ambedkar's birth anniversary. Please remember how people react. So why are you so particular about IFS? He said, sir, by becoming an IFS officer, I will be ambassador to several countries representing India. Thus, I will have an opportunity to take my country to the whole world. What else? Her only thought was to take her country to the whole world, representing as an ambassador. Then, of course, afterwards, sometimes in the news, I found her with that label, Ananya Agarwal. There's nothing wrong in mentioning the name. She is Ananya Agarwal, 2013 batch, IFS officer. Now she is ambassador to which country, I don't know. Yeah, that should be the spirit. And lastly, I would say, the real tribute that we are going to pay to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on his 135th birth anniversary is to become a citizen with commitment, a citizen with patriotism, a citizen of law-abiding nature. If you have all this, I think, as rightly said by Stephen, that many Ambedkars here, yes, so many Ambedkars here. Ambedkars in philosophy. So please remember, recapitulate, think about how to live in the society, keeping up the ideals of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So on this day, we all pledge to be the honest citizens of India and take India forward. Therefore, Indian democracy is the strongest in the world. When many people say biggest democracy, I don't go by the biggest word. Indian democracy is the strongest in the world. Why it is strongest? I take 1 minute to explain and finish off. Recently, there was problem in Nepal. You see, Gen Z, many youth people started, youth agitated, many people killed. Minister was stripped off and thrown into a river. Why all this happened? I was also watching news like all of you. Immediately, BBC channel called me. Sir, we want your interview. I said, what for? Now, Nepal is in turmoil today. We want you to speak on that. How am I related? I asked him, how am I related? No, sir. 3 people represented India in making Nepalese constitution in the year 2008, May. In May 2008. Out of those 3, you were one from India. All right. Then I told him that is history now. That is history. Then I asked him, what about the other 2? One was Chief Justice of India, retired, he died, who wrote the Nirbhaya report for all the girls especially. Author of Nirbhaya report. And the other man is now busy in Supreme Court, Attorney General of India. So, you are available in Visakhapatnam, they came to me. And they asked me. I said, okay, you come to my house, I will not come to your... Because why they wanted to interview me? Because it has some constitutional philosophy. Nepal, constitution is being drafted by us just as the Indian, because they wanted it. That's what I'm mentioning here. There, we advocated Ambedkar's philosophy. They also knew Ambedkar's philosophy. And then, yes, then he asked me, sir, Ambedkar's philosophy is embedded there by 3 of you. Good. But what are the reasons for the turmoil there? The type of agitation there? What are the reasons? I said 2 reasons. Remember, please be careful. First reason for Nepalese turmoil is, because when they ask, you have to give the reasons. Uncontrolled corruption. Uncontrolled corruption, unbridled corruption, unlimited corruption going on. That is the first problem. Because of this, the consequence is unemployment. So corruption and unemployment, there are serious ills of democracy. So therefore, it's going on. So unless these 2 are rectified, justice cannot be done to Nepal. Because we have educated in our constitutional spirit that you take all the philosophy from India. What kind of democratic philosophy we have? Not that in India we don't have corruption. We have corruption, but it's not uncontrolled. It is little controlled. When it goes uncontrolled, same situation will. Then they asked me another question that, do you expect that same situation will arise in India one day? I said, sorry. Not, at least not during my lifetime. I said, I will not see that bad situation. You may see. So therefore, I had to toss him out. So therefore, this is how, and last, after 2 days, he rushed to me. You know, why I want to convey this is, how strong is our Indian Constitution? The spirit of the Constitution I wanted to convey to you. 2 days after he rushed to me, I said, sir, what you said 2 days back, today, the interim Prime Minister of Nepal is also saying that Justice Sushila, a student of Benares Hindu University, studied in India, Chief Justice of Nepal, after retirement, she was leading a happy life, but she was taken as interim Prime Minister during the agitation. When they went and asked her, after asking me, she said the same two reasons. Sir, how could it be possible? She also, I said, any sensible man or woman, any sensible human being, I would say, would utter these two words only, because please do not allow corruption. If you allow corruption, unemployment will breed automatically. So therefore, Indian Constitution is strong enough, even today, despite the fact there is corruption here and there, unemployment rampant, but still we are by and large happy to have a sound democracy, because as it is rightly said by Abraham Lincoln, it is our government, it is for us, it is we have situated, we have created it. So therefore, we cannot afford to destroy it. So let us therefore dedicate ourselves to the constitutional spirit of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on his 135th birth anniversary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. We now request the Chair Professor and Tenneti Jairaj Garu to present a felicitation to Vice Satyanarayana Garu and G. Singaiah Garu. As the final notes of our discourse settle, let us not leave Babasaheb's ideologies in this auditorium. Let us carry them in our hearts, our arguments, and our actions. We conclude with national anthem, followed by a share moment of fellowship over snacks. Thank you for studying us in the light of Constitution.
Yeah, students, after the national anthem, I request all of you to sit down in the same place. We have enough snack boxes. We have fresh sandwiches, cakes, etc. I know you will be excited, yeah. So I request all of you to sit in the same place, because if you start moving, it will be very difficult for the organizers to distribute. What we are going to do is, one song has been launched. Hello, can you listen, all of you? Can you hear me? We launched a new song on Ambedkar and the Constitution, the Ambedkar Call. So that song will be played after this. So while the song is being played, the snacks will be distributed at your place only. I request the volunteers, organizers, my doctoral fellow scholars to take care of each and every one of the students present here and make sure all the snacks reach them. First we'll go with the national anthem that officially concludes the program, followed by, please watch that program. We have a YouTube channel. Danny, can you show the YouTube link? The YouTube channel is Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University. If you just open your YouTube application in your mobile, you just type Ambedkar Chair, Andhra University, you will find the many videos, lot of skits and lot of awareness programs, whatever program, you can find all of them. Please subscribe, watch this song, and please share and like it. Okay, this is a wonderful song. We used artificial intelligence technology to compose the music. I'm a musician. By default, I play keyboard. But I didn't play there. I used the technology AI to compose the song. I wrote the lyrics and the concept and the designing. And our scholars and our crew team, especially Pawan, he actually prepared the video. The video is very interesting and fascinating. Let's all keep quiet and stand with reverence for our national anthem. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please be seated. I especially thank these two hosts. Pallavi madam, my special thanks to you. And Harshita and Sophia, you did a fantastic job. Keep doing it. Please be seated and watch this wonderful, wonderful song, and please keep sharing it. Please, I request the dignitaries to join me on the floor. Song, please quickly distribute all the snacks as quickly as this space for us to celebrate 135th birth anniversary. Students, tomorrow we have another program. Tomorrow we have a special memorial lecture, not here, but at the South Campus. You can see the poster. Yeah, I will send you the poster quickly. Tomorrow, snacks can be distributed.